Hi everybody, welcome to the last problem from section 4.7. Woohoo! So for this problem it reads, what rate of interest compounded semi-annually is required to double in 3 years? Since the problem states that it's compounded semi-annually, we are using the formula A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the N times T. And let's list our parameters. The problem starts off stating that what rate of interest, so that's going to be what we're trying to find. It's compounded semi-annually, so N is 2. It's doubling in 3 years, T is 3. If we're doubling, then that means let's let P be P, whatever initial amount it starts at, and then the amount will be 2 times that initial amount. Plugging everything in, we'll have 2P equals P times 1 plus R over 2 to the NT 2 times 3. So when we look at this equation, we're going to see that it's a form of a root, because this 1 plus R over 2 is going to be raised to the 6. It's not an exponential because the exponent is just numbers. The variable is here. We have to undo that 6th power. So to get started with this, very similar to exponential equations, we're still going to divide both sides by P. We'll end up with 2 equals 1 plus R over 2 to the 6. So to solve this equation, you can think about it similar to if it was a quadratic, is that we're just going to, how do we undo that 6th power? We can do the 6th root or raise everything to the 1/6. So if we raise everything to the 1/6, raise both sides, we'll have 2 to the 1/6, and just as a reminder that this is still the same thing as the 6th root of 2, so that is going to equal 1 plus R over 2. This just comes out to a linear equation, so we'll subtract 1 to both sides and then multiply 2 to both sides. So we'll have R over 2 equals 2 to the 1/6 minus 1. Multiply both sides by by 2, and we get R equals 2 times 2 to the 1/6 minus 2. So when we times the 2 to both sides, notice that you're distributing. And so, well, we can simplify this a little bit more, right? Because that has an exponent of 1, and so we can add the powers. So we're getting R equals 2 to the 7/6 minus 2. And if you punch this in your calculator, you will get a rate of approximately 24.5%. Alright, so that's the last problem. My words of wisdom for you are make sure you're taking some breaks when you're doing these, and I find it helpful just to list what we know so that we can just identify what it is we're trying to find, what it is we have, and plugging it into the appropriate formula. Alright, I'll see you in the next section.